Hello and welcome to Furryearsworld, where we are back in Block 3 land. And when we were last here, we were doing shenanigans to try and get this thing working. And it was driving me a little bit insane. It was literally driving me a little bit insane. But we now got it connected. Look, it's working. Unfortunately, it's been geared down so much, or not geared down so much, or whatever, that it's going too slowly to actually generate anything. There's not enough power coming out of 3 water wheels to power this thing at a reasonable speed. So, I believe I have determined that we need to add, as it were, more water wheels. Let's go see where we were with the water wheels. Let's go see what the holy Jesus chuffing hell was going on down here. This is all the gearing we've got down here now. That's all we've got. We've got a double reduction, and we need more than that. We need more than a double reduction. This is just crazy cog business to get this. Yeah, just crazy cog business. So we need to add water wheels to this. I believe we can have up to a figure of 16 water wheels. Now, 16 is a lot of water wheels. I don't know if you're aware of that, but 16 is way more than 3. We're not going that far, I don't think, because I don't know if we will get any benefit from going that far. But we're probably going to go maybe 6 or 9 water wheels. I don't know why we've chosen 3 as the factor that we're using here. We have. We have chosen that as a factor that we are working with here. So we don't want to go too hard there, do we? We want to go down a ways here, though. I genuinely don't know whether we take that out or not. I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't care. So we're going to do this. Nice. That broke. That did break. It's okay. We've got more iron. We can fix. We can fix it up. Make it not broken. That's what we can do. So I think looks like we're adding 6 more water wheels to this bank of water wheels, which is fine. I'm pretty confident that's okay. That looks like it stays, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. It's that one that stays. Alright, okay. Does that go? Yeah, that goes. Okay, so we know what we... Oh, God, that didn't go. That just didn't go. The iron has a magnetic effect. It does have a magnetic effect. So that's got to go in. That one has to go. I'm hoping that doesn't send water this way. It doesn't, which is marvellous. The water behaves itself bizarrely around the water wheel. Maybe it just, it likes being around a water wheel, so it decides, you know what, I'm going to behave. I don't know. I don't know why it is the way it is, but it is the way it is. I'm happy about that. I'm happy for it to be whatever it wants to be. Whatever it wants to identify as, it can identify as. If it wants to identify as helpful, I'd be ever so appreciative of that, because goddamn, I need the help. I don't know if the pickaxe will survive this job. But we're gonna crack on and try. I wasn't sure what I was going to do when I started this session. As soon as I saw the generator, I remembered. It came flooding back to me that we had been pillicking about with the generator. And we had been unsuccessful. It felt bad. Knowing that we had had limited success and we had been ineffective did not feel good. It felt bad. So we're hoping today for more success, in a way, because less success is not good. All right, so we should be able to build that up, but we might just temporarily need to dig a kind of access passage down here, so that we can get to the lower reaches of this area and stack our water wheels in. That's all I'm thinking. That's all I'm thinking. Doesn't have to be that way. If I put a torch there, we should be able to get away with that without spawning mobs and critters and demons and ugly bugs and nasty critters and swines and that sort of thing. Actually, all this has got to go as well, hasn't it? So I don't know why I dug this weird staircase thing. I don't. I genuinely don't. But we're in there. We're doing it. That kind of looks like it goes deeper there, which is going to ruin my whole entrance and exit stratagem. And that broke. Marvellous. Luckily, stone breaks reasonably quickly in this mod pack, which is a good thing. So water does behave once it gets off the water wheel. It's just while it's on the water wheel that it just no. Right, we need more water wheels. More, I says more. And small water wheels don't generate as much, but it only takes a little bit of wood, little bit of wood, to make the small water wheels into big water wheels. So why wouldn't you? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. At create, and we want what we want small water wheel, which is is what it is. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. We're going big. We're going big, or we're going home. So you know we might be going home fairly soon. So we can make 4 more of them. We can turn that all into proper wood, and we can make 2 more of them. Perfect. 6 more water wheels. This should give us, being the operative word here, give us more power. And power is important. Power is a powerful thing. And more power. Not necessarily more speed. Speed will come later. But power. Power is the important one here. One more. There we go. Now we should, in theory, be able to put the water over there. And then we get some water on this and it will go harder, faster. Do you know what I mean? Harder, faster. We like it when it goes harder, faster. We are going a little bit unnecessary with the water wheels, I feel. I don't know how anyone else feels about the water wheels, but this all feels a little bit cumbersome and unnecessary. It is not letting me do that. Can I do that from here? I can. Excellent. Nice. Yeah, they don't get faster, but they get more torque. And torque is you know, the way forward in life. If you don't have the power torque, then you don't win. Yeah, so that's got to go there. And that's kind of got to go there. No, not there. Ah, it won't let me do that. Okay, that's fine. I think it's time to fix this. It's a bit sketchy, that bit. But this should give us all the power we need. So when we gear this, it should be able to spin that Jenny. And that Jenny should make some power. Then we can look at making maybe a machine. I know it's radical. I know it's radical. We should be using create to do everything. We're not going to do that because I just don't understand. It doesn't look like create can do everything. It looks like you're supposed to. So we got 9 here. So this could go another 6 out that way and still be viable. Right, so we need to now disassemble all of this nonsense, which we will probably need the pickaxe for. And we don't have the pickaxe because the pickaxe broke. It went per-chonk. True. There was per-chonking. Is there any iron in there? No, we got an inventory full of iron, so let's not worry too much about iron. I have got my engineer's goggles on. They help me to visualize. Oof, big word. No, that. There you go, well done. They help me to visualize the power sort of issues and needs and stuff and things. That's what they do. It's not great. But look at the water wheels. You can see you got stress capacity of 512 SU. That's not enough. That's just not enough. Here, we should be seeing a lot more. I would have thought we'd see a lot more. But whatever. Let's disassemble some shit here. So that needs to go out to a fat cog. There, and we do have some fat cogs in our inventory. We have 6 fat cogs. We only got 2 smalls, which is a problem. Did we just take that gearbox? We did just take that gearbox. Okay, cool. So we send that out to a fat cog out there. And then we move that down to a little cog. Like that. You dig me? Then we need to bring that out to another fat cog. I think. Like that. Which probably not a good idea. And then a little cog. Like that. Then we should be able to drive shaft this. Like so. And then into the gearbox. Like so. And then we can drive shaft that. Like that. So that's going faster. I nearly got my head stuck in a gear there. That would do me no good. Let's go see if the machine is now working. It's got so much more power coming up to it. It can't possibly cry like a babby about that. It looks like it's turning. It is turning. We are generating 90 FE per tick at this current speed. Now, we can make that go faster. Whether we got enough torque there, I don't know. But let's try. Let's try. Let's suck it and see. We can make that go more zoomy. Have I got an empty hand? I have. Just want a bit more cake. You know me. Shove it in. As Ice says, shove it in. And then she talks about squirting, which is just weird. Weird. Just weird. So we break that out. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work now. Because we need to step that up, but we can't step that up there. So how do we step that up? Apparently there is a thing you can do. I got one more. I've got 4 more of these. Get rid of that rod there. Can I slap that right on that? No, because it interacts with that. That would be no good whatsoever. So we could do that, which gives us the same speed but a reverse rotation. I don't actually know what I'm doing down here. This is confusing the holy bejesus out of me. And then we need to step that up. No, we don't. We don't do that. That's stepping down, isn't it? We need to come away on that. Like that. That's going like the Speedy Gonzales clappers there. We don't have a small gear anymore. And we need to cog that down. Because we've used extra gear in here to buy us a bit of wiggle room. Because we need a small gear coming off this one. Which will probably be in a really unhelpful position. None of those are going to work, are they? No, because that steps down again. We need to attack. Okay, we'll go this way. We'll go this way because we can go this way. It's getting a little bit silly down here. I'm not gonna lie. So that goes on there like that. That's going like the clappers. We've still got the small gear, which can go down there. That drive shaft is going to be in the wrong place. But that doesn't necessarily mean this is in the right place. We can lower this. We can put that on the floor there. No, we want that one, don't we? We want the one that goes vertical. Like that. And then we can use the drive shafts, of which we're not going to have enough, by the way. Just saying. To do this. Then that goes there. Oh, we actually might just have enough. Okay, that overstressed it. That extra gear change overstressed it. So, rather than let the whole thing explode, we can break this here. So we need more water wheels then. What we've learned is that more is more. And that's what we need. So let's smack the walls out a bit. We're going to go 6 more. We're going to go full 16. I think we're going to go full 16, and hopefully that will give us a reasonable level of power generation. I'd like to think it would. I could just be making stuff up, you know. It's conceivable. I'm just talking complete and utter tosh. So what have we got? 3 there. We need to go 3 more. 1, 2, 3. I'm working in 3s. I don't know why I'm working in 3s. Some part of my brain has demanded that I work in 3s. And who am I to argue with my own brain? That would be kind of crazy man behavior. I'm not against it. I don't know whether we're in the right place down here, but we're gonna work with it. So our blocks go there, so we need to break that, and then that, and then that. Conceivably, yes, that's the one. That does have to exist there, so that's fine. That doesn't. Okay. I'm liking it. I don't know. It seems to be the right thing. And then we just need to dig a channel down the front there. A bit of a rill, if you will. Okay, so up here we've got that, and that have got to go. And down here we have to demolish a bit more wall. Nice. Get all this out of the way. And hopefully, with 6 more water wheels, we will have enough to step this thing up to the absolute mutts nuts powerhouse unit thing. And then do a little wind dance. We can get away with the torch back here. Seems risky on a wooden water wheel. I'm not going to lie. It does seem a little bit, you know, contemptuous to put fire behind your water wheels. Admittedly, whilst you do have a fuel source there, you do also have water there. So there should theoretically be no fire potential issue-ness is thing. I think I nailed that. That seemed awfully precise and well handled, probably. So that's more wood we got. That's good. Pick it up. Always useful. We want water wheels, don't we? 6 more water wheels. We have not got the materials for 6 more water wheels. What we have got, crap ton of cobblestone that we don't want in our inventory, because we've been digging holes, you know. Digging holes. Now, cobblestone is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. We need cobblestone in our lives, in our futures. But frankly, I'm getting bored of smashing it. I am truly getting bored of smashing it, which is why we're going to do something about it. And we're going to do something about this goddamn cave as well at some point, because it's too small. I have standards, you know. I do. They're not great, but I do have them. Have we got andesite? We have. And that should allow me to make these. Kabuki, 21 of them. So now I've got 35 of them, and that gets me a few more of these bad boys. Nice. They can all go in there for now, as can the... Did we use up all the andesite? Apparently we used up all the andesite. I'm not bothered, but we did use up. We might not have enough wood, you know. For 6 more water wheels, we might not have enough wood. Yeesh. 6. We don't have enough wood for what is effectively Yeah, oof. Was not expecting wood shortage, wood crisis. We can fix wood crisis because we can twerk at the tree. Twerk at the tree. Twerk at the tree. Shake your butt at the tree. Make the tree excited because your butt's in its face. There is a tree, I believe, solution that we can go down. There is my belief that there is a tree I've seen in one of my gifties that I got from doing another reward. I've got a hopper pot thing. I don't think it's a proper, but it'll do something, and that might automate a little bit of wood production, and that might not be a bad thing because wood production right now, and we are getting, I'm going to be honest with you, some wanky trees here. Oh, that was better. That was a better tree. Has it been enough though? Has it, as it were, been enough? Probably not. That's only 17 wood. Might be enough. Might be enough. Make 6 of them. Yes, it was. Good. So we got 6 more water wheels. Big. Very big. So what we're hoping is that this will speed things up, or enable us to speed things up, produce sufficient power. Ow, that was my face. I didn't enjoy that. I still don't get why it's only giving me that number. That doesn't seem right to me. Something seems off. Skewy, if you will. Right, you have water there, and you have water there. Nice. Then we do the same again. And hopefully, when we put that rod back in, the spinny bastard upstairs will spin like a bastard upstairs. I don't know if 90 is the maximum we can generate, but I'm going to push this to the moon. We are gonna push our luck like you've never seen luck pushed before, because I feel we have to at this stage. Be a little bit insanity. Just a little bit. Just tending towards just a little bit of insanity, which is never a bad thing. Right, 2 more buckets of water, and then we are ready for Science Stage 2. And that's 16 water wheels here. This is an insane amount of... and very laggy. Very, very laggy. But not because of the water wheels. Apparently, Create is a very non-laggy mod. But everything you do to make Create work does make lag. Okay, still overstressed. So that last gear drop cannot be a thing. This cannot happen. So we do have to run it off that one. That's not ideal. 90 is gonna have to do. I'm sure 90 will be enough. I just would prefer more. I would prefer more. Not gonna lie. Alright, so that goes there. Then we come off that with a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. Then we slap that on there. Like that. And then we slap a rod on there like that. And that does work. That does do the job it's supposed to do. With plenty of power. I don't know whether the number of stress units we're shoving in there makes a difference to the 90. I suspect it won't, but we'll go and have a look. We'll go and have a butcher's. No, it's still doing 90. Still doing 90, but maybe we can now power 2 of those off that. What do you reckon the odds of that are? At some point we will try and slap another one of these, because I don't know if we need that rod there now. Can we put that directly onto that gearbox? Like that. Yep. And we'll put another one of these on top there. And that gives us double, potentially double. And 6 more water wheels should theoretically be able to power another one of them. Right, excellent. That's gone well. That's gone well. I don't think that was anything in our book that needed doing. Let's check on that one. I kind of think I was potentially just freestyling on that. No solicitor's sign is basically the last thing we need to make here other than these, which we're not going to go a bundle on because we don't need yet. Everything else is done. Crushing just gave us weird ores, but we were crushing things we'd already processed out once. Let's look at... Create's got one in, an alternator. Yeah, we did that. We did do that. That's a thing we did do. We did do the alternator. It's got another one in there? Yeah, it's got the goggles, the engineer's goggles. Okay, yeah, we did make them too. That's another thing we did make. Power! Batteries. Did we make batteries? Apparently we must have made a battery. Unless we picked a battery up. Possibly picked a battery up. Mechanisms. RF tool. Thermal series. Thermal series is possibly the one we want to make. Pulverizer. I would like to make a pulverizer. I'm thinking a pulverizer might be a good starting point for us. So let's see if we've got enough resources. Ancient debris. I believe that potentially contains shiny shit. There's potentially shiny shit in the ancient debris. I don't know definitively. Is there anything else here? The sandpaper we did use, and I was like shocked that we managed to do something with the sandpaper. I was shocked and stunned pleasantly that we managed to do something with the sandpaper. Should we put our goggles away? Because they're not really doing anything for us, are they? They are not really doing anything for us at the moment. The helmet would be more viable. Valuable. So we got all our create nonsense in there. Okay, cool, nice. So we want to look at a pulverizer. Pulverizer. P-U-L-V. Pulverizer. This thing. So it requires copper gears. We do have copper. Okay, good. Do we want to make a gear cast? Is that something we might want to make? Have we got any gears at all? I thought we made some gears inadvertently, or did we make plates? I thought we made some weird copper nonsense that we didn't really need. Oh, it was the copper wire we made, wasn't it? Was it? No, it was copper rods. Copper rods we made. We haven't made any copper gears. Because if we made a gear cast for this thing, we could just pour the copper gears. And that would do some mild ore doubling as well, which is important. Always important. So we've got copper. We're going to need gold, which we know we've got. And we're going to need tin, iron and glass. Tin could be a problem. Tin could be a problem. I think, I don't know, but we might be able to get away with using zinc as tin. I don't know. How do we get tin? Tin. No, not Tim. Tin. Looking for Tim. Who's Tim? Who the hell is Tim? Anybody seeing tin here? Dirty tin dust, tin clump. This is all mechanism tin. Crushed raw platinum. Crushed raw tin from create. How do we get crushed raw tin? By crushing tin. That's not entirely helpful. I'm not gonna. So raw tin. 13% chance if we crush gravel. Okay, and we don't have any tin, do we? Lead, iron, zinc, nickel, gold. silver. Yeah, we have no tin. So we need to crush a load of gravel down to get some tin to be able to make the machine, which will then save us having to crush. And I think that is an important step forward. But I think that's an important step forward for next time. So, from Furryearsworld, we are going to go with a cheery old ta-ta.